Okay, so we finished foreshadowing yesterday on page 11, or foreshadowing on page 11. Now we're moving on to page 12. So I'm going to write 12 down here in the bottom. And today we're doing hyperbole. Looks like hyperbole. Hyperbole. And you will have cut out, or go ahead and cut out these three pieces. You have the definition of a hyperbole, you have the directions for the activity, and you have a backpack. So I'm going to go ahead and tape up here the definition. And a hyperbole basically is it's an exaggeration. And typically, unless it's coming from your little brothers or sisters, it's not meant to be taken literally. If I say, oh my gosh, I have a gazillion pets in my house, I don't mean that I actually have a gazillion pets in my house. I simply just mean that I have an awful lot of pets, or it feels like I have a lot of pets. So in this case, they gave you an example of it's raining cats and dogs. And it's not really raining cats and dogs outside. That would be awfully weird. It's just raining a lot. It's raining an awful lot. So I'm going to put the directions right here. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this backpack, and we are going to create a hyperbole describing how much the backpack weighs. So think about your own personal backpacks over time and what they might have weighed and how you might have felt they weighed compared to what they actually probably weighed. I'm going to tape where the backpack's handle is, because that is where the folding line is. Again, the dotted line is where we will fold our backpack back. So what they want us to do is they want us to describe the hyperbole on the front, and then underneath you would draw a picture of what's actually inside. So in this case, I'm going to talk about, let's see, what does my backpack weigh? And because I am me and I am totally that overachiever, I'm going to write probably a couple of sentences here. Ugh. I'm going to do some dialogue. Ugh. I cried. My backpack, I'm using my quotation marks for dialogue. My backpack weighs £1,000,000. I thought about how each textbook made it feel like I was lugging around. And I like the word lugging because it's not like I'm just carrying it around. It's like I'm struggling with it. It's on my back and I'm hunched over. Made it feel like I was lugging around a sack of bricks. I was sure, and I'm going to use an illusion here, that I was going to be the Hunchback of Eastvale. And the allusion there is to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, technically Notre Dame. You might have seen the movie Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame as the animated version. There's also a live action version from a long, long time ago. But again, just alluding to the fact that the terrible weight of this backpack was going to make me all hunched over. So, ugh, I cried. My backpack weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I thought about how each textbook made it feel like I was lugging around a sack of bricks. I was sure that I was going to be the Hunchback of Eastvale. So here are my hyperboles. It weighs 1,000,000 pounds. It really doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds. It just weighs a lot. And how the textbook make it feel like I was lugging around a sack of bricks. I'm not actually lugging around a sack of bricks. It just feels like it. And then, of course, this backpack, carrying around this backpack, is going to make me the Hunchback of Eastvale. Those are some hyperboles, right? When we're telling our parents often how terrible we feel, like, oh gosh, this backpack is so heavy, Mom, it's going to mess up my back forever. Well, and then your mom or dad picks it up and they're like, what are you talking about? Do you even have anything in here? So hyperboles are just descriptions of, they're exaggerated descriptions. They're over the top, so to speak, of what something might actually be like. Now, you might mean for your parents to take you literally, like, I'm pretty sure there is a sack of bricks in here. There aren't really. You just mean that it weighs a lot. So underneath your backpack, I want you to draw what your backpack would look like, or what it does look like when it feels like you are lugging around a sack of bricks. All right, guys, that is a hyperbole. Add it to page 12 in your literary device notebook.